Sharif Rizwan is the CEO and founder of Alshop. I hope you know what? First of all, I'm pronouncing that right. It's Alshop?
Yes, it is alshop.com.
Alshop.com. You are the CEO and founder, as I said. You run a UAE-based online shopping portal, and you cater primarily to consumers in the Middle East.
That's correct, yes.
And you're celebrating I guess the business is celebrating its 5th birthday. If you were, it would be slightly odd having you here this time of the morning. But Sharif, thanks for coming in.
You're welcome. Thank you very much for having me on air.
You're very welcome. Now let's talk about the business. We'll get to a number of things in a minute. It's an achievement, 5 years in the online space here in the Middle East. That's to be applauded. But we're still very much a culture in this region of people who enjoy going to the mall. We like the touchy-feely aspect. We like, I guess, the social aspect. The cinema's there, the food's there. You can interact with friends. But is that really starting to change? Are you starting to see that?
There's a huge difference. I mean, you're right when you say that the convenience factors of how the online shop works itself. But coming back to the point which you made a few minutes earlier about the population. Now, that's the Dubai population, or the UAE's population itself. They're residents over here who are living a very busy lifestyle. So for them, convenience is what kicks in when you give them an option to shop online. Because essentially, you're looking at products which are available through just a few clicks, and then you sit at home or at your workplace and you get it delivered right where you are, and you have the convenience of not just paying online, but you have several other methods of paying for the order by credit card, on delivery, by cash on delivery, and a few other innovative payments that we are getting into launching as well very soon.
Well, Tim mentioned the touchy-feely element of going to the shopping mall to pick things up. But there is a trend, isn't there? We interviewed someone just last week who's had some success in online shopping for groceries. What sort of things do you offer through your company?
Over the last 5 years, I would say we have seen significant amount of growth in different aspects of our business. Starting with the product lines, starting with different types of how we process our orders and all of those. So, of course, we have learned in many ways of doing and conducting our business, but definitely through learning from mistakes as well. So just hitting on the point of what you mentioned about getting the convenience and the touch and feel of the products also, it does really matter when you're shopping online for essentially what products that you know about. Let's say a mobile phone or a makeup set or a sunglasses and so on. You really don't need to have the touch and feel of the product, because you know what an iPhone looks. You know what a makeup brush would that looks, and that you've seen online. So you're just gonna click it on add it to your cart and then check out and wait for that product to be delivered to your doorstep. So we have evolved definitely in many ways. And if you're looking at saying, as a business, does it make sense when we have tens and thousands of malls out here in this region? Yes, definitely we are. And that's probably one of the compelling reasons why we have been surviving, I would say, for the last 5 years. And we have clocked in some very good numbers, which has definitely motivated us to say, let's look at this journey for many more years to come and also expand the market. So we have grown from just being one vertical, one category of business. Let's say back in 2008, we were just selling electronics, or probably just laptops and computers. But today we have such a diverse range of products from 6 broad categories. We are selling from electronics to tablets, to mobiles, to makeup, to sunglasses, to shoes, to bags, and we are growing rapidly on a pretty much on a daily pace to add many more products that people will definitely buy online. And Dubai is a place, or rather the countries that we cater to, which also we have grown over the last 5 years from being a Dubai-based company back in 2008 to today being able to service and deliver across the region, across the MENA region. So today we have delivered products to Jordan, to Lebanon, to Egypt, and sometimes even to other countries like India and Malaysia and a few other countries as well. So essentially, you're looking at a business model which is rooted over here in Dubai, UAE, and wants to grow into the region with physical presences as well, and also able to acquire customers from a global scale point of view.
So you're onwards and upwards looking. You're talking about physical presences across the region. I guess that means shops, showrooms, does it? Is that what you're looking to do?
No, definitely not. We want to replicate the online business model that we have established over here in Dubai into different other cities. So giving customers a confidence that, for example, if somebody is shopping from Jeddah, we want that person to feel that there is somebody who's calling him from a local number, from a local Saudi number, and also for him to be able to reach to us if in case he wants to do anything with the service or even maybe buy again. So we want to closely associate with, ourselves with the customer in the local market that we are aggressively looking for market share.
So this is a real know your customer initiative, isn't it? This is boots on the ground. This is understanding the market, understanding people. That makes sense. How have you done? How have you come to this in just 5 years? You're a self-funded business.
That is correct,
aren't you? More commonly known as a bootstrapped business model. You've come quite a long way, I guess, but you launched in 2008 when everything was in the doldrums. None of us had any money, although we had plenty of credit card debt. But you seem to have come through. I mean, most people would look at you and say, Sharif, you're launching an online business 2008. You have to be mad.
Yeah, that's right. I mean, let's just change the word mad with crazy, because that's exactly what some of my friends had told me back in 2008 when I was telling them that we're going to establish a business. How has the journey been? I would definitely say it's been a roller coaster ride over the last 5 years. Lots of ups and lots of downs as well. But we have learned a lot about how this region functions and how this region reacts to an e-commerce business. To be able to survive over the last 5 years with being a bootstrap model definitely needs a lot of dedication, a lot of concentration on how we conduct the business on a day-to-day basis. Because when we compare our business model with a venture capital funded or with somebody who's got deeper pockets to establish and venture into the market itself, it takes a lot of courage to go against that. It takes a lot of dedication to keep our expenses focused as low as possible, and also to survive every year, every quarter, to grow the business into different diversified models and markets that we want to get into. So, in a nutshell, how we've done it, I would say, with absolute concentration and focus on the end results of survival, and also ensuring that we are delivering the best service to every single customer that we get an opportunity to talk to and to touch base with. So that's the secret.
Sorry, Tim. Sharif, you've shown us that you're a very good businessman, but just very, very finely and very, very briefly, what is the increase in online purchases in the UAE as far as you're concerned in your business? Very, very briefly.
The market is quite, I would say it's maturing now, and over the last few years it was something which on an e-commerce space which was not heard of in this part of the world as much as it was heard in the Asian market or in the US market. So in terms of the market size, there have been a few numbers. There have been a few research and analysts floating their numbers and doing their homework on these views in the market. I would say, a few things that I was reading. I was reading an article about the market size. For 2015, they're actually projecting a figure of $15 billion. This is for the MENA region. So that's the online space and the consumer spend. But this figure needs to be again, looked deep into, because travel and hotels actually take a big chunk of these analytical figures that people come up with, because more often they contribute close to about 90 to 95%, and that could offset quite a lot of metrics. So you're left with the remaining 5% or 10%, which essentially becomes the e-commerce of products and other services, which is non-travel, non-hotel industry spends.
So I guess what you take from that is confidence that it's going to grow, and at some point it's going to grow exponentially. Let me just ask you one very quick question. It works if you have a product that we can't find at the mall, otherwise it's a risk to buy online, says one text in this morning. What do you say to that?
It definitely works for even the products that you find online, just because of the best prices. Because when you're buying from a traditional brick and mortar store from a mall, you have a lot of costs attached to the price of the product, as against to us where we don't have those prices attached to the products, and we give those prices as a discount to the customer. So if you compare certain products that sells offline and all the products that we sell online, it's definitely a lot more lesser that you would end up paying for it when you buy online. So shopping online is definitely the best way to shop smart, and also to get the best prices and best value for money.
So bargains you can get. Sharif Rizwan is the CEO and founder of alshop.com, celebrating its 5th birthday. Sharif, thanks very much for coming in.
Thank you very much for having me on air.